Imagine a vast tapestry woven with threads of time. Each thread represents a generation, a story, a moment in the grand narrative of human existence. From the faintest whispers of our earliest ancestors to the bustling symphony of modern life, this tapestry tells the tale of who we are and how we came to be. It's a story of innovation, conflict, cooperation, and ultimately, resilience. The journey of human civilization is a testament to our enduring spirit, our capacity to adapt, and our insatiable thirst for knowledge. From humble beginnings as hunter-gatherers to the architects of sprawling cities and complex societies, we have left an undeniable mark on the planet. To understand our present and shape our future, we must first embark on a journey through the annals of time, tracing the footsteps of those who came before us. This is not merely a dry recitation of dates and names, but a vibrant exploration of the forces that have shaped our world. We will delve into the triumphs and tragedies, the innovations and setbacks that have defined the human experience. Along the way, we will encounter remarkable individuals who dared to dream beyond the confines of their time, leaving behind legacies that continue to inspire and influence us today. The study of history is not just an academic pursuit, it is a journey of self-discovery. By understanding our past, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves, our motivations, and our potential. Join us now as we unravel the threads of time and embark on an epic adventure through the ages.
The echoes of our past resonate in the present, whispering tales of ancient civilizations and forgotten empires. From the towering pyramids of Egypt to the ruins of Machu Picchu, the physical remnants of bygone eras offer tantalizing glimpses into the lives of those who came before us. But history is more than just crumbling stones and faded inscriptions. It is a living, breathing entity that continues to shape our world in countless ways. The languages we speak, the beliefs we hold, the technologies we rely on, all bear the indelible mark of our collective history. By studying the past, we can trace the roots of our present circumstances, understanding how the decisions and actions of previous generations have led us to where we are today. This knowledge is not merely academic, it is empowering, providing us with the context and perspective necessary to navigate the complexities of the modern world. As we delve into the depths of human history, we will encounter both darkness and light. We will confront the brutal realities of war, famine, and oppression, but we will also celebrate the enduring power of human ingenuity, compassion, and resilience. Through it all, we will strive to learn from the mistakes of the past, drawing inspiration from the triumphs that have illuminated the human journey. Our exploration will take us across continents and oceans, from the cradle of civilization in Mesopotamia to the bustling metropolises of the 21st century. Along the way, we will encounter a cast of characters, emperors and philosophers, inventors and artists, revolutionaries and reformers, who have left an enduring mark on the course of human history. Our story begins in Africa, the cradle of humanity. Here, millions of years ago, our earliest ancestors took their first tentative steps on the evolutionary path that would lead to modern humans. These were not the sophisticated beings we are today, but rather small groups of hominids, foraging for food and seeking shelter in a harsh and unforgiving environment. Life was a constant struggle for survival, a daily battle against predators, starvation, and the elements. Over countless generations, these early humans slowly evolved, their bodies and minds adapting to the challenges of their surroundings. They developed the ability to walk upright, freeing their hands to use tools and weapons. Their brains grew larger, allowing for more complex thought and communication. And gradually, they began to spread out from their African homeland, migrating across continents in search of new resources and opportunities. The fossil record tells a fascinating, if incomplete, story of these early humans. From the famous Lucy skeleton, a 3.2-million-year-old Australopithecus afarensis, to the more recent discoveries of Homo erectus and Homo neanderthalensis, we continue to piece together the puzzle of our origins. Each new find adds another layer of understanding to the complex tapestry of human evolution. While much about our earliest ancestors remains shrouded in mystery, one thing is certain: they possessed an indomitable spirit. a will to survive that would carry their descendants through countless challenges in the millennia to come. Their story is a testament to the adaptability and resilience of the human species, our ability to thrive in even the most demanding of environments. For the vast majority of human history, our ancestors lived as hunter-gatherers, relying on the bounty of nature for their sustenance. Men, often working together, hunted wild animals, their spears and arrows bringing down game that provided essential protein and other nutrients. Women, meanwhile, gathered edible plants, their knowledge of the local flora ensuring a steady supply of fruits, roots, and seeds. This nomadic lifestyle demanded a deep understanding of the natural world. Hunter-gatherers possessed an intimate knowledge of animal behavior, plant life cycles, and the changing seasons. They were skilled trackers, able to follow the faintest of trails, and adept at crafting tools and weapons from the materials at hand. Their survival depended on their ability to read the subtle cues of their environment and adapt to its ever-changing conditions. Life as a hunter-gatherer was not without its challenges. Food was not always plentiful, and the search for sustenance could be long and arduous. Predators posed a constant threat, and disease could spread quickly through small mobile groups. Yet, despite these hardships, hunter-gatherer societies flourished for tens of thousands of years, their way of life shaping the course of human evolution and laying the foundation for the civilizations to come. The hunter-gatherer era was a time of profound significance in human history. It was during this period that our ancestors developed the essential skills of cooperation, communication, and problem-solving that would prove crucial to their future success. It was also a time of deep connection to the natural world, a relationship that would both sustain and inspire humanity for millennia to come. Around 10,000 years ago, a revolution occurred that would forever alter the course of human history, the birth of agriculture. In the Fertile Crescent, a region of the Middle East blessed with abundant water and fertile soil, humans began to cultivate plants and domesticate animals. This marked a profound shift from a nomadic hunter-gatherer lifestyle to a more settled agrarian existence. The transition to agriculture was not a sudden event, but rather a gradual process that unfolded over centuries. As humans began to experiment with planting seeds and nurturing crops, they discovered that they could exert a degree of control over their food supply. No longer solely reliant on the whims of nature, they could now produce a surplus of food, ensuring their survival even in times of scarcity. This newfound abundance of food had far-reaching consequences. With a more reliable source of sustenance, human populations began to grow, leading to the establishment of permanent settlements. These villages, in turn, became the building blocks of larger and more complex societies. The agricultural revolution had begun, setting in motion a series of events that would transform the human experience. The domestication of plants and animals not only provided a more stable food supply, but also led to the development of new technologies and social structures. Farmers developed tools for plowing, sowing, and harvesting crops, while the need to manage livestock led to innovations in animal husbandry. As villages grew, so too did the need for organization and leadership, paving the way for the emergence of more complex social hierarchies. As agriculture took root and food surpluses grew, small, scattered settlements began to emerge across the globe. These early villages, often located near rivers and other sources of water, marked a significant departure from the nomadic lifestyle of hunter-gatherers. For the first time, humans were putting down roots, establishing permanent communities that would serve as the foundation for future civilizations. Life in these early villages revolved around the rhythms of agriculture. Farmers worked the land, planting, tending, and harvesting crops. They built simple homes from mud bricks or wood, providing shelter from the elements. And they began to develop a sense of community, sharing resources and working together to overcome the challenges of their new way of life. The transition to village life brought about significant social and technological changes. With larger, more settled populations, humans began to specialize in different tasks. Some continued to farm, while others developed skills as artisans, crafting pottery, tools, and other essential goods. This division of labor led to increased efficiency and the emergence of trade networks as villages began to exchange goods and services. The dawn of villages marked a critical turning point in human history. It was in these small communities that the foundations of civilization were laid. Humans were learning to live together in larger numbers, to cooperate on shared projects, and to develop new technologies to meet their evolving needs. The stage was set for the emergence of even more complex and sophisticated societies. The transition from a hunter-gatherer lifestyle to a more settled agrarian existence spurred a wave of technological innovation. Early humans, driven by the need to cultivate crops, build shelters, and defend their communities, developed a remarkable array of tools and technologies that would lay the foundation for future advancements. Among the most important early tools were those used for agriculture. The simple digging stick, used for planting seeds, evolved into the more sophisticated plow, allowing farmers to cultivate larger areas of land with greater efficiency. The sickle, a curved blade for harvesting grains, increased the speed and ease of harvesting, while the development of irrigation systems ensured a reliable water supply for crops, even in arid regions. Beyond agriculture, early humans developed tools for a wide range of purposes. They crafted axes and adzes for woodworking, chisels and hammers for shaping stone, and needles and awls for sewing clothing. The invention of the wheel, perhaps the most significant technological innovation of the ancient world, revolutionized transportation, making it possible to move goods and people over long distances with relative ease. These early tools and technologies were not merely practical inventions, they were also expressions of human ingenuity and creativity. They represented the ability of our ancestors to solve problems, adapt to their environment, and shape the world around them. The legacy of these early innovations can still be seen today in the tools we use and the technologies we rely on. As villages grew and prospered, a new form of human organization emerged: civilization. Marked by larger populations, centralized governments, specialized labor, and complex social structures, civilizations represented a significant leap forward in human development. No longer content with mere survival, humans were beginning to build empires, explore new frontiers of knowledge, and leave a lasting mark on the world. The rise of civilizations was not a uniform process. In different parts of the world, driven by unique geographic factors, cultural influences, and historical circumstances, distinct civilizations arose, each with its own unique character and contributions to the human story. From the fertile river valleys of Mesopotamia and Egypt to the Indus Valley and the Yellow River Valley in China, great civilizations flourished, laying the foundation for much of what would follow. These early civilizations faced many challenges, from natural disasters and resource scarcity to internal conflicts and external threats. Yet, they also exhibited remarkable resilience and ingenuity, developing innovative solutions to overcome these obstacles and build enduring societies. They constructed monumental architecture, developed sophisticated systems of writing and mathematics, and made groundbreaking advancements in astronomy, medicine, and other fields. The rise of civilizations marked a pivotal moment in human history. It was a time of great innovation, cultural exchange, and empire building, but also a time of conflict and conquest. As we explore the stories of these ancient civilizations, we will uncover the roots of many of the social, political, and technological advancements that have shaped our world, as well as the enduring legacies of these once great empires. Along the banks of the Nile River in northeastern Africa, a remarkable civilization arose, its fortunes inextricably linked to the life-giving waters of the Nile. The river's predictable flooding cycles and the fertile land it created were the lifeblood of this ancient society. Ancient Egypt, with its towering pyramids, enigmatic pharaohs, and complex religious beliefs, has captivated the imaginations of people for millennia. Its treasures, from golden artifacts to intricate hieroglyphs, continue to yield insights into a civilization that flourished for over 3,000 years, leaving an indelible mark on human history. The annual flooding of the Nile, predictable and life-sustaining, deposited rich silt along its banks, making the surrounding land incredibly fertile. This natural phenomenon was crucial for agriculture, allowing the Egyptians to cultivate crops that sustained their population. This agricultural bounty allowed the Egyptians to produce a surplus of food, freeing up a portion of the population to specialize in other trades and crafts. Artisans, builders, and scribes emerged, contributing to the cultural and technological advancements of the society. This, in turn, led to the development of a complex society with specialized labor, social hierarchies, and a centralized government ruled by a pharaoh considered to be both a political and religious leader. The pharaoh's divine status helped unify the people and legitimize his rule. The ancient Egyptians were renowned for their architectural achievements, most notably the pyramids, colossal tombs built for their pharaohs. These structures were not only burial sites but also symbols of the pharaoh's power and divine connection. These massive structures, built with astonishing precision and engineering skill using only simple tools and human labor, stand as a testament to Egyptian ingenuity and organizational prowess. The construction of the pyramids required meticulous planning and the coordinated efforts of thousands of workers. Beyond their funerary function, the pyramids also reflect the Egyptians' deep spiritual beliefs, their obsession with the afterlife, and their desire to honor their rulers. The elaborate burial practices and tomb decorations were meant to ensure a safe passage to the afterlife. Egyptian civilization made significant contributions to human knowledge. Their advancements in various fields laid the groundwork for future civilizations. They developed a hieroglyphic writing system, made accurate astronomical observations, and devised a sophisticated calendar based on the solar year. These achievements were crucial for administrative and religious purposes. Their physicians developed advanced medical practices, including surgery and the use of medicinal herbs, leaving behind detailed records of their knowledge on papyrus scrolls. These medical texts provide valuable insights into their understanding of the human body and disease. The legacy of ancient Egypt lives on, not just in its monumental architecture, but also in the fields of art, language, and science. The influence of this ancient civilization can still be seen in modern culture and knowledge, reminding us of their enduring contributions to humanity. In the Fertile Crescent of Mesopotamia, nestled between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, another cradle of civilization emerged, home to a succession of powerful empires including the Sumerians, Akkadians, Babylonians, and Assyrians. Mesopotamia witnessed the rise of cities, the invention of writing, and the development of complex legal and administrative systems that would influence civilizations for centuries to come. The Sumerians, credited with inventing the world's first writing system, cuneiform, around 3500 BCE, left behind a wealth of clay tablets documenting their myths, laws, and daily lives. These tablets provide invaluable insights into Sumerian society, revealing their advancements in mathematics, astronomy, and literature. The Sumerians were also skilled builders, constructing impressive ziggurats, stepped pyramids topped with temples dedicated to their gods. The Babylonians, under the rule of King Hammurabi, developed a sophisticated legal code, one of the earliest known examples of written law. Hammurabi's code, with its principle of an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, aimed to establish justice and order within Babylonian society. The code covered a wide range of offenses, from theft and murder to family law and business contracts. Mesopotamian civilizations made significant contributions to astronomy, developing sophisticated calendars based on their observations of the stars and planets. They also made advancements in mathematics, developing a sexagesimal number system based on the number 60 that still influences our timekeeping and geometry today. The legacies of Mesopotamia's empires are vast, shaping the course of law, writing, and scientific thought in the ancient world. In the Indus River Valley of present-day India and Pakistan, another great civilization flourished, its secrets long hidden beneath the sands of time. The Indus Valley Civilization, known for its meticulously planned cities, advanced sanitation systems, and enigmatic script, remains shrouded in mystery. Its language still undeciphered, leaving archaeologists and historians to piece together its story from the ruins it left behind. The Indus cities, such as Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, were marvels of urban planning. Laid out on a grid system with wide streets, sophisticated drainage systems, and public baths, these cities reflect a high level of social organization and civic engineering. The Indus people were also skilled artisans, producing beautiful pottery, intricate jewelry, and enigmatic seals engraved with a script that has yet to be deciphered. Despite its grandeur, the Indus Valley civilization declined and eventually disappeared around 1900 BCE. The exact reasons for its collapse remain a subject of debate, with theories ranging from climate change and natural disasters to invasion and internal conflict. Whatever the cause, the disappearance of the Indus civilization serves as a reminder of the fragility of even the most advanced societies. Although much about the Indus civilization remains unknown, its legacy lives on in the archaeological treasures it left behind. The discovery of its well-planned cities, advanced sanitation systems, and beautiful artifacts challenges our understanding of the ancient world and reminds us that there are still many mysteries to be uncovered from the depths of human history. In the fertile plains of the Yellow River Valley, another great civilization emerged, ancient China. Ruled by a succession of powerful dynasties, from the legendary Jia dynasty to the Qin dynasty, which unified China in 221 BCE, ancient China developed a rich culture, a complex system of writing, and technological innovations that would influence not only East Asia, but also the world. The ancient Chinese placed great emphasis on social order and harmony, developing a complex system of ethics and philosophy based on the teachings of Confucius, a philosopher and scholar who lived during the 6th century BCE. Confucianism, with its emphasis on filial piety, respect for elders, and the importance of education and good governance, profoundly influenced Chinese society and continues to shape Chinese culture to this day. The Qin dynasty, under the rule of the ambitious Qin Shi Huang, is credited with unifying China, standardizing weights and measures, and building the First Great Wall, a monumental undertaking intended to protect the empire from invaders. The Qin dynasty also witnessed the development of a standardized writing system, which helped to unify the vast empire and facilitated communication and the spread of knowledge. Ancient China was a land of innovation, producing inventions such as paper, gunpowder, the compass, and printing. These technological advancements would have a profound impact on the world, revolutionizing communication, warfare, and navigation. The legacy of ancient China is vast, its cultural, philosophical, and technological contributions shaping the course of history in East Asia and beyond.
The fall of the Roman Empire in the West marked the beginning of a new era in Europe, the Middle Ages, a time that would span a millennium and leave a lasting impact on the continent. This period, spanning roughly from the 5th to the 15th centuries, is often portrayed as a dark age, a time of decline and stagnation, characterized by a lack of cultural and scientific advancements. While it's true that Europe experienced significant upheaval and fragmentation following the Roman collapse, the Middle Ages were far from static. They were dynamic, with societies constantly evolving and adapting to new circumstances. They were a period of profound transformation, laying the groundwork for the Renaissance and the modern world. The seeds of many modern institutions and cultural practices were sown during this time. During the early Middle Ages, Europe was a patchwork of small, independent kingdoms, often at war with each other. These conflicts, while destructive, also led to the development of new political and military strategies. With the decline of Roman infrastructure and centralized governance, life became more localized, rural, and centered around the manor, a self-sufficient agricultural estate ruled by a lord. This manorial system became the backbone of medieval society. The Catholic Church, which had spread its influence throughout the Roman Empire, emerged as a unifying force, providing spiritual guidance, preserving knowledge, and offering a sense of continuity amidst the chaos. It played a crucial role in maintaining some semblance of order. Despite the challenges, the early Middle Ages witnessed remarkable resilience and adaptation. Communities found ways to survive and even thrive in the face of adversity. People developed new agricultural techniques, such as the three-field crop rotation system, to increase food production. This innovation significantly boosted agricultural yields and supported population growth. Monasteries became centers of learning, preserving classical texts and fostering literacy. They were the custodians of knowledge, ensuring that the wisdom of the past was not entirely lost. And gradually, new political structures emerged, laying the foundation for the kingdoms and empires that would rise in later centuries. These new entities would shape the political landscape of Europe for generations. The Middle Ages were a time of great faith, but also a time of innovation, conflict, and cultural exchange. The interactions between different cultures and societies led to the exchange of ideas and technologies, from the Viking raids and the Crusades to the rise of powerful monarchs and the flourishing of Islamic scholarship. This era witnessed events that would shape the course of European history and lay the groundwork for the Renaissance, a period of renewed interest in classical learning and the arts that would usher in the modern world. The Middle Ages, therefore, were not just a time of darkness, but also a time of light and progress. Is Section 2, Feudalism, the Structure of Society. To understand the Middle Ages, it's essential to grasp the concept of feudalism, the dominant social and political system that emerged in Europe during this period. Feudalism, based on a hierarchical structure of obligations and loyalties, bound together the different classes of medieval society, from the king at the top to the peasants who worked the land. At the heart of feudalism lay the relationship between lords and vassals. Lords, typically nobles or high-ranking church officials, granted land known as fiefs to their vassals, usually knights or lesser nobles, in exchange for military service and loyalty. Vassals, in turn, could grant portions of their land to their own vassals, creating a complex web of obligations and alliances. Peasants, who made up the vast majority of the population, formed the base of the feudal pyramid. They worked the land owned by the lords, providing them with food and labor in exchange for protection, and the right to farm a portion of the land for their own sustenance. Peasants were tied to the land, meaning they could not leave without their lord's permission, and their lives were largely dictated by the rhythms of agriculture and the demands of their lord. Feudalism, while providing a degree of stability and order in a fragmented Europe, also reinforced a rigid social hierarchy that limited social mobility and concentrated power in the hands of the elite. This system, while evolving over time, would shape European society for centuries, influencing everything from warfare and politics to economics and social relations. Section 3. The Power of Faith, the Church's Influence. In the fragmented world of the Middle Ages, the Catholic Church emerged as a powerful unifying force, its influence extending far beyond the spiritual realm. The Church, with its network of monasteries, cathedrals, and universities, played a central role in shaping medieval life, providing spiritual guidance, preserving knowledge, and influencing everything from art and architecture to politics and social norms. Christianity, which had spread throughout the Roman Empire and beyond, offered a message of hope and salvation in a time of uncertainty and upheaval. The Church provided solace and guidance to people from all walks of life, its rituals and sacraments marking the milestones of birth, marriage, and death. Monasteries, established far from the turmoil of secular life, became centers of learning and spiritual retreat, preserving classical texts and fostering literacy. The Church's influence extended to the political sphere as well. Popes, as heads of the Church, often held considerable sway over secular rulers, crowning kings, mediating disputes, and even excommunicating those who defied their authority. The Church amassed vast landholdings, making it a major economic and political power, and its pronouncements on matters of doctrine and morality shaped the values and beliefs of medieval society. While the Church played a vital role in preserving knowledge and providing spiritual guidance during the Middle Ages, its power and influence were not without controversy. Corruption within the church, disputes over doctrine, and conflicts with secular rulers led to periods of reform and upheaval. Nevertheless, the church's impact on medieval Europe is undeniable, shaping its culture, institutions, and worldview for centuries. Section 4. The Islamic Golden Age, a beacon of knowledge. While Europe was experiencing the early Middle Ages, a different kind of transformation was taking place in the East. The Islamic Golden Age, spanning roughly from the 8th to the 13th centuries, witnessed a flourishing of scholarship, science and culture in the lands conquered and unified under the banner of Islam. Following the Prophet Muhammad's death in 632 CE, the Islamic Empire expanded rapidly, stretching from Spain in the west to India in the east. This vast empire, united by faith and a common language, Arabic, facilitated the exchange of ideas and knowledge across diverse cultures. Scholars from different backgrounds, inspired by the Quran's emphasis on knowledge and learning, flocked to centers of learning like Baghdad, Cairo, and Cordoba. Islamic scholars made significant contributions to a wide range of fields. They translated and preserved classical Greek and Roman texts, saving them from oblivion and making them accessible to later generations of scholars. They made groundbreaking advancements in mathematics, developing algebra, and introducing the concept of zero to the West. They revolutionized astronomy, building sophisticated observatories and making accurate observations of the stars and planets. The Islamic Golden Age was a testament to the power of cultural exchange and the human thirst for knowledge. Its scholars, physicians, and artists made lasting contributions to human civilization, preserving ancient wisdom, advancing scientific thought, and influencing everything from art and architecture to medicine and navigation. Their legacy continues to inspire and challenge us today, reminding us of the importance of intellectual curiosity and the boundless potential of the human mind. Section 5. The Rise of Universities, Cathedrals of Learning. As Europe emerged from the early Middle Ages, a renewed thirst for knowledge swept across the continent. This intellectual awakening, fueled by the rediscovery of classical texts and the influx of knowledge from the Islamic world, led to the rise of a new institution, the university. The first universities, established in Bologna, Paris, and Oxford during the 12th and 13th centuries, were unlike anything that had come before. They were centers of learning where scholars from across Europe gathered to study a wide range of subjects, from law and medicine to theology and philosophy. Students, eager to expand their horizons, flocked to these new institutions, drawn by the reputation of renowned scholars and the promise of intellectual stimulation. The medieval university was a vibrant intellectual community, a place where ideas were debated, knowledge was shared, and new discoveries were made. Unlike the more secluded monastic schools, universities were located in urban centers, bringing scholars into closer contact with the wider world and fostering the exchange of ideas between different disciplines. The rise of universities marked a turning point in the history of education. These institutions, with their emphasis on critical thinking, rigorous scholarship, and the pursuit of knowledge for its own sake, became the model for higher education in the West. They played a crucial role in transmitting knowledge, fostering intellectual debate, and laying the groundwork for the Renaissance and the scientific revolution that would follow.
Section 1. The Wheels of Change, the Industrial Revolution. As the Renaissance rekindled intellectual curiosity and fostered a spirit of innovation, the stage was set for a period of unprecedented technological advancement, the Industrial Revolution. This era, beginning in the late 18th century and continuing into the 19th century, witnessed a fundamental shift in the way goods were produced, transforming societies from agrarian-based economies to industrial powerhouses. The Industrial Revolution was not a single event, but rather a confluence of factors that converged to create the conditions for rapid technological progress. New inventions, such as the steam engine and the power loom, increased productivity and efficiency in manufacturing. The discovery and exploitation of new sources of energy, particularly coal and later oil, fueled the growth of factories and powered new modes of transportation. This period of rapid industrialization began in Great Britain, where a unique combination of factors created a fertile ground for innovation. Abundant coal deposits provided a readily available source of fuel. A strong agricultural sector freed up labor for factory work. And a stable political system, coupled with a growing spirit of entrepreneurship, encouraged investment in new technologies and industries. The Industrial Revolution marked a turning point in human history, ushering in an era of unprecedented material progress, but also one of profound social, economic, and environmental challenges. As we explore the key developments of this transformative period, we will examine both the triumphs and the upheavals that accompanied this pivotal chapter in the human story. Section 2. The power of steam, from engines to factories. At the heart of the Industrial Revolution lay a transformative invention, the steam engine. This groundbreaking technology, which harnessed the power of steam to drive machinery, revolutionized manufacturing, transportation, and countless other aspects of life. The steam engine became a symbol of the Industrial Revolution, its rhythmic chugging a soundtrack to the era's rapid progress. Early steam engines, while rudimentary by today's standards, were a marvel of their time. These engines, developed by inventors such as Thomas Newcomen and later perfected by James Watt, used coal to heat water, creating steam that drove pistons, which in turn powered machinery. These early applications of steam power were initially used to pump water out of mines, but their potential soon became apparent in other industries. The steam engine found its most transformative application in factories, where it powered a wide range of machinery, from spinning jennies and power looms in textile mills to lathes and drills in metalworking shops. The introduction of steam power into factories dramatically increased production capacity, reduced reliance on human and animal labor, and led to the mass production of goods at a scale never before imagined. Beyond factories, steam power revolutionized transportation. The development of the steam locomotive in the early 19th century made it possible to move goods and people over long distances with unprecedented speed and efficiency. Railroads, crisscrossing continents, connected distant markets, facilitated trade, and accelerated the pace of industrialization. Section 3. Iron, coal, and steel, the sinews of industry. The Industrial Revolution was not just about machines. It was also about materials. Iron, coal, and later steel became the building blocks of industrial society, providing the raw materials for everything from bridges and railroads to factories and machinery. The demand for these materials fueled a mining boom, transforming landscapes and shaping economies. Coal, dubbed black gold, became the primary source of energy for the Industrial Revolution. Vast coal deposits, particularly in Great Britain, provided the fuel to power steam engines, heat homes, and fuel the furnaces of industry. Coal mining, a dangerous and demanding profession, became a major source of employment, drawing workers from rural areas to the burgeoning industrial centers. Iron, the backbone of industrial infrastructure, was essential for the construction of bridges, railroads, and machinery. The development of new iron-making techniques, such as the Bessemer process, made it possible to produce steel, an even stronger and more versatile material. Steel mills, belching smoke and fire, became iconic symbols of industrial might. The extraction, processing, and transportation of these raw materials had a profound impact on the environment. Deforestation, air and water pollution, and the scarring of landscapes became the unintended consequences of industrial progress. The environmental costs of the Industrial Revolution, initially overlooked, would become increasingly apparent in the centuries to come. Section 4, the factory system, a new era of production. The Industrial Revolution witnessed the rise of a new system of production, the factory system. Factories, with their centralized machinery, division of labor, and emphasis on efficiency, replaced traditional cottage industries and transformed the nature of work. The factory became the symbol of the Industrial Revolution, its imposing presence dominating the industrial landscape. Before the Industrial Revolution, most goods were produced in homes or small workshops, with workers setting their own pace and often controlling the entire production process. Factories, in contrast, brought workers together under one roof, where they operated machines that performed specialized tasks. This division of labor, while increasing efficiency, also made workers more specialized and less versatile. Factory work was often harsh and demanding. Long hours, low wages, and dangerous working conditions were common, particularly in the early years of the Industrial Revolution. Child labor was also widespread, with children as young as 6 years old working in factories and mines. The plight of factory workers would eventually lead to social unrest, labor movements, and reforms aimed at improving working conditions. Despite the hardships, factories offered new opportunities for some. They provided jobs for a growing population, particularly those displaced from rural areas by agricultural improvements. Factories also led to the growth of cities, attracting workers from far and wide and creating new urban centers of industry and commerce. Section 5. Cities of Industry, the rise of urban centers. The Industrial Revolution triggered a massive wave of urbanization as people flocked from rural areas to the burgeoning industrial cities in search of work and opportunity. Cities, once centers of trade and administration, were transformed into sprawling metropolises, their skylines dominated by factories, their streets crowded with workers and entrepreneurs. The growth of industrial cities was both rapid and often chaotic. Housing, sanitation, and infrastructure struggled to keep pace with the influx of new residents. Slums, characterized by overcrowding, poverty, and disease, became a common feature of industrial cities, highlighting the stark social inequalities of the era. Despite the challenges, cities also offered opportunities for advancement and a better life. Factories provided jobs, albeit often dangerous and poorly paid. Entrepreneurs found fertile ground for new businesses, catering to the needs of a growing urban population. Cities became centers of innovation, culture, and social change, attracting artists, writers, and reformers. The growth of industrial cities had a profound impact on social structures and traditional ways of life. The close proximity of people from diverse backgrounds fostered the exchange of ideas and the breakdown of old social barriers. Cities became melting pots of cultures, but also sites of social tensions as different groups competed for limited resources and opportunities.
The dawn of the modern era. A century of innovation. As the 20th century dawned, the world stood on the cusp of an era of unprecedented technological advancement and societal transformation. The Industrial Revolution, which had begun in the late 18th century, had laid the groundwork for a century of innovation that would reshape the globe, bringing about both progress and upheaval on a scale never before witnessed. The seeds of this transformation had been sown in the previous century, with breakthroughs in science, engineering, and manufacturing paving the way for a cascade of new inventions and discoveries. The late 19th century had witnessed the birth of the telephone, the electric light, and the internal combustion engine, hinting at the transformative potential of technology to connect people, illuminate the night, and power new modes of transportation. The 20th century would see these early inventions refined and widely adopted, transforming the way people lived, worked, and interacted with the world. The automobile, once a novelty for the wealthy, would become ubiquitous, reshaping cities and landscapes. The airplane, a symbol of human ingenuity and the triumph over gravity, would shrink distances and connect continents. Beyond these tangible innovations, the 20th century witnessed profound shifts in scientific understanding, with breakthroughs in physics, medicine, and other fields challenging long-held assumptions and opening up new frontiers of knowledge. The theory of relativity, quantum mechanics, and the discovery of penicillin were just a few of the scientific milestones that would reshape our understanding of the universe and our place within it. The Second Industrial Revolution, electrifying the world. If the first industrial revolution was characterized by steam power and the mechanization of production, the second industrial revolution, which began in the late 19th century and gained momentum in the early 20th century, was defined by electricity and the rise of mass production. This era witnessed the widespread adoption of electricity, which revolutionized factories, homes, and cities, powering a vast array of new technologies and transforming everyday life. The invention of the dynamo, a device that generated electricity through mechanical rotation, made it possible to produce electricity on a larger scale and transmit it over long distances. This breakthrough, coupled with the work of inventors like Thomas Edison, who developed the practical incandescent light bulb, ushered in an era of electric lighting, replacing gas lights and revolutionizing the way people lived and worked. Electricity not only illuminated homes and factories, but also powered a new generation of machinery, making mass production possible. Factories, once reliant on steam engines and belts to transmit power, could now utilize electric motors, which were more efficient, reliable, and adaptable to different tasks. This led to the development of assembly lines, where workers performed specialized tasks in a sequential manner, dramatically increasing production speed and efficiency. The Second Industrial Revolution had a profound impact on society, transforming the workplace, accelerating urbanization, and creating new industries and consumer goods. The availability of affordable consumer goods, from automobiles and radios to refrigerators and washing machines, led to a rise in living standards for many, but also exacerbated social inequalities and fueled a consumer culture that would come to define the 20th century. The automobile. Driving into the future. Few inventions have had as profound an impact on society as the automobile. What began in the late 19th century as a curiosity for the wealthy quickly evolved into a transformative technology that reshaped cities, landscapes, and the very fabric of modern life. The automobile, with its promise of personal freedom and mobility, captured the imaginations of people around the world, ushering in an era of unprecedented personal transportation. Early automobiles, while rudimentary by today's standards, represented a remarkable feat of engineering. Pioneers like Carl Benz, Gottlieb Daimler, and Henry Ford developed and refined the internal combustion engine, the gasoline-powered heart of the automobile, making it more efficient, reliable, and affordable. Ford's Model T, introduced in 1908, revolutionized the automobile industry with its simple design, mass production techniques, and affordable price, making car ownership a reality for millions. The widespread adoption of the automobile had far-reaching consequences. Cities, once designed for pedestrians, horses, and carriages, were transformed to accommodate the growing number of cars. Roads were paved, highways were built, and suburbs sprawled outward as people sought the freedom and space that car ownership provided. The automobile became a symbol of progress, modernity, and personal freedom. The automobile's impact, however, was not without its downsides. Traffic congestion, air pollution, and the consumption of fossil fuels became increasingly pressing concerns as car ownership soared. The automobile, once a symbol of progress, became a double-edged sword, its benefits accompanied by unintended consequences that would challenge societies to find sustainable solutions. Section 4. Taking flight. The dream of Icarus realized. For centuries, humans had dreamed of soaring through the air like birds, envious of their freedom and grace. The myth of Icarus, who flew too close to the sun on wings of feathers and wax, served as a cautionary tale about the perils of hubris and the limitations of human ambition. Yet the dream of flight persisted, inspiring inventors and dreamers to challenge the boundaries of what was possible. On December 17, 1903, at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, the Wright brothers, Wilbur and Orville, achieved what had long been considered impossible: sustained, controlled, powered flight. Their Wright Flyer, a fragile biplane constructed of wood, wire, and fabric, took to the air for a brief but historic 12 seconds, covering a distance of 120 feet. With this momentous achievement, the world entered the age of aviation. The Wright brothers' invention sparked a wave of innovation and experimentation in aviation. Early aircraft, initially fragile and prone to accidents, were rapidly improved upon, with engineers and inventors developing new designs, more powerful engines, and sturdier materials. Aviation pioneers, driven by a spirit of adventure and a thirst for exploration, pushed the boundaries of flight, setting new records for speed, altitude, and distance. The development of the airplane had a profound impact on the world, shrinking distances, connecting continents, and revolutionizing travel and trade. Airplanes transformed warfare, enabling the aerial bombardment of enemy targets and forever altering the nature of conflict. The dream of flight, once a myth, had become a reality, with far-reaching consequences for humanity. Section 5. The Information Age. The Digital Revolution begins. As the 20th century progressed, a new revolution was brewing, one that would prove just as transformative as the Industrial Revolution, but in a very different way. This was the Digital Revolution, a paradigm shift driven by the invention of the transistor, the integrated circuit, and the microprocessor, technologies that would pave the way for the computers, smartphones, and the internet that define the information age. The transistor, invented in 1947 at Bell Laboratories, was a tiny electronic device that could amplify or switch electronic signals, replacing bulky and less reliable vacuum tubes. This breakthrough laid the foundation for the miniaturization of electronics, leading to the development of the integrated circuit, or microchip, which packed thousands of transistors onto a single piece of silicon. The microprocessor, a single chip that contained the entire central processing unit of a computer, was another landmark achievement, further shrinking the size and cost of computers while dramatically increasing their processing power. These technological advancements paved the way for the personal computer revolution, which brought computing power out of research labs and into homes and businesses. The digital revolution was more than just about faster computers and smaller electronics. It was about the democratization of information and the interconnectedness of the world. The internet, initially a network for researchers and academics, would evolve into a global phenomenon, connecting billions of people, businesses and devices, transforming the way we communicate, learn, work, and entertain ourselves.
We stand today at a pivotal moment in the epic journey of human civilization, a moment that will be remembered for its significance in shaping our future. Behind us stretches a vast tapestry of time, woven from the threads of countless generations, each leaving their mark on the world, contributing to the rich and diverse history we inherit. From the humble beginnings of hunter-gatherer societies to the towering achievements of the modern era, the story of humanity is one of remarkable resilience, boundless ingenuity, and an enduring quest for knowledge and progress. Each era has brought its own challenges and triumphs, shaping who we are today. Our journey has taken us from the savannas of Africa, where our ancestors took their first tentative steps, to the bustling cities of the 21st century, where technology has reshaped the very fabric of our lives, creating new opportunities and challenges. We've witnessed the rise and fall of empires, the birth of new ideas, and the transformative power of innovation. Each period of history has contributed to the collective knowledge and progress of humanity. We've confronted the darkest chapters of human history, war, famine, oppression, but also celebrated the triumphs of the human spirit, the moments of courage, compassion, and creativity that illuminate our collective story. These moments remind us of our potential to overcome adversity. As we pause to reflect on this extraordinary journey, we find ourselves standing at a crossroads, a critical juncture where our choices will determine the path forward. The decisions we make today, individually and collectively, will shape the course of human civilization for generations to come. Our actions will leave a lasting legacy for future generations. The challenges we face, climate change, social inequality, technological disruption, are complex and interconnected, demanding innovative solutions and a willingness to collaborate on a global scale. We must work together to address these issues. Yet, as we confront these challenges, we can draw inspiration from the legacy of those who came before us. Their achievements remind us of what is possible when we strive for greatness. The same spirit of innovation that led to the development of agriculture, the invention of the printing press, and the harnessing of electricity is alive today, driving the search for solutions to the pressing issues of our time. This spirit continues to inspire and motivate us. The human capacity for ingenuity, adaptability, and cooperation has been the driving force behind our progress throughout history, and it remains our greatest asset as we navigate the complexities of the 21st century. Together, we can build a brighter future for all. The journey of human civilization is not a tale of unmitigated progress. Our triumphs have often come at a cost, and the path forward has been marked by both shadows and light. The Industrial Revolution, while ushering in an era of unprecedented material prosperity, also brought about social upheaval, environmental degradation, and the exploitation of vast populations. The same technological advancements that have connected the world and improved lives have also been used to develop weapons of unimaginable destructive power. As we celebrate the achievements of human ingenuity, we must also acknowledge the unintended consequences of our actions. The burning of fossil fuels, while fueling industrialization and raising living standards, has contributed to climate change, threatening the delicate balance of our planet's ecosystems. The pursuit of economic growth has often come at the expense of social equity, leaving many behind in the wake of progress. Recognizing these shadows is not a cause for despair, but rather a call to action. It's a reminder that progress is not a linear path, but rather a constant process of innovation, adaptation, and course correction. We must learn from the mistakes of the past, acknowledging that our actions have consequences, both intended and unintended. The challenges we face today are complex and interconnected, demanding solutions that address both the symptoms and the root causes. Climate change, for example, cannot be addressed solely through technological innovation. It requires a fundamental shift in our relationship with the environment, a recognition that we are part of a delicate ecosystem, not masters of it. Similarly, addressing social inequality demands more than just economic growth. It requires a commitment to social justice, ensuring that the benefits of progress are shared more equitably. The story of human civilization is an unfinished symphony, each generation adding its own unique melody to the grand composition. The 21st century presents us with a new movement, one filled with both unprecedented challenges and extraordinary opportunities. The pace of technological advancement continues to accelerate, reshaping our world in ways that were once unimaginable. Globalization has interconnected us like never before, creating new avenues for collaboration, but also highlighting the disparities between rich and poor. Climate change looms large as one of the most pressing challenges of our time, threatening the stability of our planet's climate system and the well-being of future generations. The rising sea levels, extreme weather events, and disruptions to ecosystems are a stark reminder that we are approaching a critical juncture. Addressing this challenge will require a global effort, demanding innovation, cooperation, and a willingness to make difficult choices. Alongside environmental sustainability, we must also confront the enduring challenge of social inequality. The gap between the rich and the poor continues to widen, both within and between countries. Access to education, healthcare, and economic opportunity remains unevenly distributed, hindering the potential of billions and fueling social unrest. Bridging this divide is not only a moral imperative, but also essential for creating a more just and prosperous world for all. These challenges, while daunting, also present opportunities for innovation and progress. The same technological advancements that have contributed to some of these problems also hold the key to their solutions. Renewable energy technologies, sustainable agriculture practices, and innovative approaches to education and healthcare offer hope for a more sustainable and equitable future. The challenge lies in harnessing these innovations and ensuring that their benefits are shared widely. The future of human civilization is not predetermined. It's a story yet to be written, and we are its authors. The decisions we make today, both individually and collectively, will determine the course of the next chapter. Do we continue down a path of unsustainable consumption and widening inequality? Or do we choose a different path, one defined by collaboration, innovation, and a commitment to a shared future? Shaping a better future will require a fundamental shift in our thinking, a recognition that we are all interconnected, sharing one planet and a common destiny. We must move beyond narrow self-interests and embrace a more holistic worldview, one that values cooperation, empathy, and the well-being of all. The challenges we face are complex and interconnected, demanding solutions that transcend national borders and encompass a diversity of perspectives. Education will play a vital role in shaping the future, fostering critical thinking, problem-solving skills, and a sense of global citizenship. We need to equip future generations with the knowledge, skills, and values necessary to navigate the complexities of the 21st century and to become responsible stewards of our planet. The journey of human civilization is a testament to our resilience, our ingenuity, and our capacity for both great and terrible deeds. As we stand at this pivotal moment, we have a choice to make. Do we repeat the mistakes of the past, or do we learn from them, choosing instead to write a new chapter in the human story, one defined by wisdom, compassion, and a shared commitment to a brighter future? The answer ultimately lies within each of us.